Hi, everyone. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to look at all the evidence because we're ready to blow this case wide open. So, we visited together on film the Brenson Caves. That's where the devil lives, right? Because of the Marcus Alba killings. I reported that I didn't see any devils or demons there. But the caves are evil, right? And when lived in Dos Sol for any amount of time, you've heard the rumors of the Marcus Alba killings and the devil. Right. So a little bit of backstory. This is pretty self-explanatory, but this is supposed to be a comprehensive video, so I figured, might as well cover it. Back in, or ages ago, there was a major killing in the Brenson Caves. Nobody knows the details because nobody made it out alive. And so that's how, and everyone thinks it's a cultist thing, so cultist killings. And that's how the caves got the bad rep. So anyways, back to the caves. So we checked out the caves together on film. And this is where everyone thinks the Dos Sol devil is. But does the devil actually come from these caves? The devil, which we all know is real, and this may upset you, but I'm going to go ahead and put a big fat X on those caves. That's right, there ain't no devil living in these caves. It's not haunted. I don't even think there are those vortexes like some metaphysical people would have you believe. I mean, I'm sure you're all in the comment section right now trying to yell at me, say the devil is real and he comes from here, but just wait till you hear what I have to say. So, caves not haunted. So y'all know from the murders that was a scary place, and people think the devil is there. Odepek thought the devil was there, but he just isn't. That he wasn't. I mean, you all saw that, right? And it makes sense because, like, why isn't he haunting the devil? Why isn't the devil haunting all the other hundreds of people who visit the caves? Why isn't he haunting me? I've called out to him millions of times, and he still won't show up. So there's no one in the caves. So I mentioned Odepek. If you might as well talk about him. Everyone knows what happened. I'll just go through it really quick. He called into the radio show, The Drive, threatens to blow up some bombs, then he just disappears. And that's the whole story. So he went to the caves. He went to the caves, and he says that's where the monster came from. But we were there, and we established that there's no monster at these caves. We know that's not possible. So where did it come from? Oh, and by the way, what happened to his friend? He had a hiker friend, and nobody talked about him. Nobody identified him. The guy disappeared. If anyone knows his address, leave it in the comments. We need to get some answers. Why did Odepek disappear? That's the question I want to focus on, not anything else. Why did he disappear? Well, so if you watched some other YouTube channels, you'd see they did some research and they found he was buying gas, just as he says he was, just south of Floricity. I don't remember where the station. I pulled up a map. I didn't see the station, so I'm just gonna say it's like maybe here. So he pulled up. So he stopped to get some gas. Then he said it was headed north. Called in, and then he must have disappeared somewhere around this circle, just south of Floricity. That's what the camera tells us. But in the time since 2016, or whenever the call happened, nobody found the remains. Nobody found his car or any tire tracks or anything. I mean, during the initial frenzy, when the call aired, people searched high and low to see if they could find him or anything, and there was nothing. Did he crash? It's like he just disappeared into thin air. There's more at play. We'll come back to this, though. We'll put a pin in it, they say. I'm out of pins. I'll just do a thing. Enough about Odepek. We all know that. And what about the real victim here? Nobody's talking about. And nobody knows why he disappeared. That's right. In 2018, not a half year after Odepek called into the show, Bobby Carmichael quits the drive. I'm gonna try to get it focused. So he quits the drive, and nobody knows why. So he says right here on Facebook, I have decided to quit the show. Then he got replaced by some old lady that nobody ever listens to. Where did he disappear to, you ask? Well, he joined the local newspaper, and we can only decide why. We can only guess why he decided to quit the show. But he was clearly pressured by somebody to get off the show. So that leads us to the public forum, because you can see he was kind of there at the public forum, May 9th, 2018. I had it written down, with the mayor here. I re-uploaded it because it got taken down on YouTube. With the sleazy Mr. Conroy, Conroy the con man. This is a conner. And if you didn't see it, there's two shadows that appear behind him, one there and one there. He's a shadowy man. What are you hiding? Oh, and he calls him Mr. Alba, and he says Marcus Albus in the video. It's Alba, not Albus. Idiot. So you might be wondering how any of this is connected. Well, here it is. It all comes down to this guy. Conroy. Gaby Conroy. Baby Gaby, I call him. So look at the map. So this is why it's connected. Look at the map. How did the car disappear? Well, maybe Gabe didn't want us to know the truth, and that's why he hired a team of shadow operatives to clean up the mess. So if you look here, in the tourism video, this was released 2010, just a year after Gabe became mayor, although that's still up for debate. But notice how he talks about the Dos Sol devil. Look close. It happens around the 2-minute mark. Like, do you see it right there? The Dos Sol devil. And nobody had a name for the shadow that Odepek was talking about in the call. So then suddenly this guy comes up and calls it the Dos Sol devil. Isn't that weird? Now for the really good part. So during the forum, Baby Gaby talked about his apology statement to the Alba family. But why Albus? Why Alba? He called it Albus. Why Alba? Why is he apologizing to them? The murders that happened in the Brunson Caves didn't involve the Dos Sol devil. Or at least there was no way anybody could have known it involved the Dos Sol devil, because nobody made it out alive. And it all comes down to this. And then he comes along and calls it Dos Sol devil. And that's the connection. The Freudian slip, as it were. That's all she wrote, folks. See, it all circles back to him. So they were trying to pin the cult murders on the caves as the Dos Sol devil's fault. Isn't it awfully strange that he creates this kind of public perception of a specific enemy, an enemy he named? He says he made the tourism video as a joke. Or did he have an ulterior motive? And here is the truth. He learned of an actual angel living in our city, and the Conroy regime is covering it up. So if you follow the money, it makes sense. So early on, Albus received the most highest message from the angel, and he was trying to spread his message to his friends, and they massacred him in a cave. Pretty symbolic, huh? So that's why the devil... not the devil, what everyone calls, what Gabe calls the devil, but that's Angel. That's why Angel wasn't there. He was not in the caves. So the caves, I think, were just a place that a bad thing happened, and he wasn't there. It's not connected. So then in comes Conroy, the con man. He must have known about the angel and he was trying to catch it. So he sent a shadow team of shadow operatives. Oh, no. So not yet. So he was trying to. So first he had to win the public perception, and then dropped my pen. So he had to win the public perception, and the only way, and the only way to do that is to. So he had to spread propaganda to get people to hate the angel in order to get him to catch it. And what's the best way to do it? That's right, by calling an angel a devil. So by getting people mad about the devil, labeling him a devil, they treated him like a monster rather than the chariot of divinity he is, or I know him to be. They're able to use man's law to override God's law with the founding of the Dos Sol Defense Squad to protect against this so-called devil. Now people were grouping him in, our angel, with all the killers and the abductors and the criminal scum out there, and they're trying to get people to hate him. But all that changed when Oedipet called in. Because he saw the angel. He saw the angel and he heard his message. But he was terrified. It was all because he had shut his mind off. Because remember, the propaganda was going around. He thought he was seeing a devil. But Gabe's biggest downfall was that he was listening in, and so was Oedipet. So Big Brother was listening in on the call. And so Gabe the Snake ordered his goons from the defense squad to run a shadow operations run at the highest echelons to capture and attack him. And that's why we never found his car. That's the truth. It all comes down to you. I called out to the angel hundreds of times, but he still won't respond. I may have to follow in his footsteps to get his attention, but it'll be worth it. I won't let you corrupt his good name.